Afternoon, viewers. Bruce Michael, Key Level Trader here. Listen, I took ANR short here at 2075. I got a 2072 fill, another great fill here. But coming down to the low of the day here, low is actually 2052. We're right down around 20. I actually came back now to 2060. I got to stop at 2070 and get me out even basically. And I'm going to let this trade run. It may not work now. It's lunchtime, 12:05 Eastern Time. But I am going to watch this stock for the remainder of the day. It and ACI are particularly weak, both sitting down near that third level down is ACI. I took ANR because the price is a little higher. I can take fewer shares on it. But anyway, so we're going to put it on pause now, and as soon as I get a little further away from where I am, I'll come back and I'll pick it up from there. Okay guys, we're back down here to very close to the low of the day. That 2052 held last time we were here. I'm hoping we can get through it now. I had my stop at 2065. I didn't want to lose this, so I moved it back to 2070 where I wouldn't get hurt, but I could stay in a trade longer. And good thing I did, because it did come up to 2065 and then headed south again. So I would have been stopped out and I would have not been a happy camper right now. So we're down to 2051. 2050s, the whole numbers and half numbers usually kind of act as little support and resistance, so we'll have to see what happens at that number. Anyway, looking to go through these lows here. We've just got to be patient, as always. Just got to let it do its work. Real quick here, looking at the daily. Again, you guys know this by now if you've seen these videos before. My daily is made out of 3 130-minute candles. And you can see we kind of rallied up here recently and now gap down and lower than this low of 3 or 4 days ago, which was 2070, which incidentally was about where I took it. We can go down, as you can see here. We don't really have, if you want to call this support, which again, you guys know I don't really think these lows necessarily mean they are support. Sometimes they act briefly as support, but they are targets that you should use and consider that that is going to be support when you get there. So this low here is 1928, and that's plenty far from where we are right now, which is 2048 and heading south. Another coal company came out this morning with a report that they were going to cut their production of coal, which suggested a less than optimistic outlook for coal production in general, and as such Alpha Natural and what is ACI? I know what that is. That's Arch Coal, right? Yeah, Arch Coal both took it on the chin this morning and headed south in a hurry with the market. Market has since come back all the way to its highs and is now trying to move back down again. Give you a quick look at the SSO here. My moving average does a good job. This is a 8. I think this is an 8 period. I got it set up right. Let's take a look at that. 8 period moving average does a good job telling me when things will turn or if it should hold it as support. You can see it rallied up to the 8 and then headed south again very nicely. So let's get out of Arch Coal and let's get back to the main guy here. Alright, so we're down to 2048. I'm pretty safe in this trade now. I'm definitely not going to take a loss. I am going to move that stop back to 2065 now, and I'm going to let this run. See if we can't get down to some good numbers here today. Again, those guys that have watched this know where I'm trying to go here. This is a long way down from where we are. That's 1962. Fuchsia line right here. Boy, that would be a really nice trade if that turns out to be the target and we actually make it. But it's now 12:15. Got all day long to push this baby down, so we'll get you up to date as soon as we see some new action here. Trying to get to the lows at 2045. Hey, just wanted to show you this other stock I was watching this morning. This is Jeffries Group. Rallied hard up to the first level here. Did a nice consolidation here. I didn't like the volume. It didn't look like it was really heavy volume in here, so I kind of hesitated. Didn't take it, but you can see what happened. We went from first level to second level, all the way up to a third level before turning around and coming back down. Shame. That would have been a great trade, but it's a great illustration, regardless of whether I took it, as to how these levels work in terms of giving you a nice place to get in and exactly where to get out. And you've also heard me before, depending upon how fast you go from one level to the next, it determines whether or not you sell it at the first one or you wait to see if you can get up to the second one. In this case, this is a 10-minute chart. It took 10 minutes to go from one level to the next. Obviously, that's a strong move, so that's something you may want to wait around for to see if you can get some future gains, which you did here. Alright, that's it. I'm going to put this on pause again. Back to ANR briefly. Trying to rally up. You can see these tails. These are not what I like to see. I don't like these tails. It suggests that there is buying when it comes down. Got one there, got another one there. But we'll see what happens. We're down to 2031. We're very close to the low. We are actually at the low right now. We're up about $1,000 as we speak. Put this back on pause, and I'll be back soon. Okay, quick update, guys. We're down at 2010 roughly now, up about 1,500. With that, I'm going to go ahead and I want to lock in at least $1,000 on this trade. If it comes back, it comes back. I'll still be up a grand. That's fine with me. 1,600 as of now. We're looking pretty good here. Move over to my level 2. Again, you know, guys, in the past you've heard me talk about liquidity in stocks. This is a very liquid stock. You can see you got lots of people here on the bid, lots of people on the ask. I may have mentioned this before. If you don't use level 2 and you trade, I would highly recommend that you reconsider that, because it really gives you a good picture of you know, whether or not you're going to get burnt. Okay, guys, we look like we have a ugly reversal going on here. I got two separate 15-minute candles, both with long tails on the bottom of them. So I'm gonna go, I had already done this, but I'm gonna go move it back to that again. I'm gonna move that stop to 2030, lock in that grand. If this does rally back up and take me out, I may take it short again when it comes back down, because I really think this stock has got to go lower today. It's only 1 o'clock now, but in any case, I don't like these two tails. This is just not this is not what you want to see. This is what you want to see. This is nice, and this is ugly. This is two reversal candles in a row here. So if we can survive that, by the way, this high here, that was 28, 27 there, 27 there. Oh, I'd love to see this come back down to the low. I really think it's gonna, but I'm gonna have to wait and see. Right now I got a grand locked in. Keep your fingers crossed, guys. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, trying to get to the lows here. I would love to get down to this 2006 low. Market working for me today. Sometimes it doesn't, but this time it is, and we're just gonna have to wait this out. I'm gonna go back over here, make sure I got my stop where I want it. Yep, that 2030. Actually, I'm going to bring it into that high. Lock in 1100. This high here was, yeah, 2028. Comes back up at this point. I got to get out. No doubt about it. So worst case scenario here we got is at least $1,000, maybe a little bit more. Hopefully we get down through this 2006 low and keep on going. Alright, folks, we broke that low. 2006 was the low. We came down through it, down to 2003, and as you can see, we have rallied right back up again. Trying to be patient. I think I'm going to let it ride. Alright, guys, it's getting close here. We're going to probably get stopped out of this. A little disappointed in that, but what can you do? Had some good action down here, but then it just doesn't seem like it wants to go any lower. See, this is one of those deals. I just, you know, I feel that this is going to go lower, but you can't go by what you feel. You just have to kind of go with what you see the market doing, because your opinion just does not matter. So, you know, and especially, I mean, I was up at 1,725 profit at one point. You certainly can't allow, you know, I could just right now just say, well, I'm going to be bullheaded and say I think it's going to go lower, and then I'll cancel this order, and the next thing you know, it'll be up here somewhere, and I'll say, oh, I guess I was wrong, and then you know, wind up with $500 when I was up as much as 1,725. So being up that much, I know that I'm leaving here no worse than this $1,100, and hopefully I'm going to still have a chance here to get this thing to get back down to the lows and do what I think it's supposed to do. Not that anybody else worries about that. Okay, I'm close to just closing this trade out, guys. Look, we got a rally off the bottom here, a rally off the bottom there. We came back down, we rallied back up again, tried to go down again, rallying to the top again. I got the stop at 2024 right now. I got $1,300 in the bank. I think I'm just going to take it and be done with it. And there is the orders filled. We're out of this trade with a profit of $1,275. Disappointed that we didn't come down and keep going down, but you know what? I'm not going to be disappointed in the fact that I got 1,200 bucks in the bank either. So I'm going to be happy with that. And with that, I'm going to end this recording. I appreciate you taking the time to watch it. I hope there was some educational points that I made in this thing. And if you're not here for the education of day trading, but rather just the entertainment of it, I hope you got that too. Hope it served you well overall, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.